Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helen and today we're going to do this makeup, but we're also going to talk about how to be productive, what productivity is, and little things that you can implement through your day to help you get more done. If you like the sound of this video, please keep on watching and remember to like and subscribe. I feel like this isn't the best look. I've always got these baby hairs in my foundation, so they're proper clipped back. I'm actually going to start, I've got my computer in front of me, I'm going to search for the definition of productivity. For me, I would describe productivity as doing tasks efficiently, but also doing relative tasks. Because if you called someone on a Saturday morning and they said they'd been doing the laundry and they've cleaned the house, you'd be like, oh, that's so productive. But if you called them on a day like when they were supposed to be working and they said, oh, I've not done much work, I've just been cleaning the house instead, it wouldn't be productive. So I think there's a specificity as well. What does productive mean? Producing or able to produce large amounts of goods, crops or other commodities, resulting in or providing a large amount or supply of something, having positive results, causing or providing a good result or a large amount of something, producing a large number of goods, crops, profit, etc., or doing a lot of work. Yeah. So producing work, I suppose, that's what I got from that. I thought I'd got everything I needed. I was being productive. I shopped my collection. I don't have a massive collection, but I think Jamie Genevieve mentioned that. She obviously has a shit ton of makeup, and so that she doesn't go for the same things every single time she films, she gets like a basket or a tray and goes through her drawers to pick new things. And I did something similar. I got all my makeup from my drawer to bring it over here and just forgot stuff for eyebrows. One thing that I find stops me being productive is getting up late, because it completely changes my mindset from like, I've got loads of time, I've got this, to, oh my god, I've got no time, am I going to be able to get it done? So it's like a negative switch. So for me, I think mindset is really important for productivity. I think mindset is really important for like absolutely everything, but definitely for productivity. The main thing I do to be more productive is to schedule things in my diary. I do love to-do lists, but what I find is I tend to put like 20 things on my to-do list and then I can't get it all done. And again, for my mindset, not great, because then I can just see what I haven't finished. I do still write a super long list. I can't get out of that habit. And to be honest, I don't want to get out of the habit of writing lists. The thing I'm trying to do instead is break it down into what I can do today, and then note next to things like, okay, that could be tomorrow or after work or whatever. Being self-employed slash a freelancer makes it way harder, because in some aspects, it makes it harder in some aspects. So like my mum and sister have to log on to their work computers before 9 AM, like be present. And there is absolutely no one checking on me, which I prefer, to be honest. But because I've always been a bit of a night owl, it does mean that I end up working really late. I'm really productive in the evenings, but it just obviously affects spending time with Ash, or cooking dinner, or spending time with my family, I guess. So I'm trying to be a morning person, and today, it's currently 10 to 9 in the morning. We're up, the alarm went off at 7:15. I think I laid in bed for like 5 or 10 minutes listening to the radio. And then I actually got up and I lit a candle, drank a load of water. Ash has made me a smoothie. Honestly, all of this is like healthy mindset. Like, you don't need to light a candle in the morning, but like, it's nearly 9 o'clock and it's really grey outside, so that's really necessary. Foundation, I'm just gonna mix. I always mix, whether it's a high coverage foundation or not, I mix it with Instaglow because I want to keep my skin moisturised but also looking fresh and glowy. It's like my go-to look. The last video I did use both of these and also one pump of the Makeup Revolution as a conceal and define foundation, maybe. Let's swirl these together. This is gross. I think I need a palette, but it's fine. So whilst I blend this in, I'm gonna talk about one technique that I don't use every day, but I use it often when my to-do list is quite long. I use something called the Pomodoro Technique. So one Pomodoro is an amount of time where you work and then a set amount of time where you take a breather. And the whole idea is that you can work really well and focus really well for like 30 to 45 minutes. I think I did research this. Some people do up to an hour of work time and then take like 5 or 10 minutes break. I just find like I can't work straight for an hour before I tap on my phone, see if I've got notifications or check my emails or something. Like, staying like solely focused on one task, I'd have like a max of like 30 to 35 minutes. So I set mine for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. And on your 5-minute break, instead of checking emails or scrolling, you're supposed to actually do something mindful, so something to give your brain a bit of a rest. So whether it's breathing, moving, and the last time I did this, I did like aerobics moves, like I'm doing leg curls. Anyway, that I did so much the last time I did Pomodoros, because obviously you can go through like 5 or 6 in a morning, and it's 5 or 6 of being like really focused. It's, yeah, like laser focus, and it's great. I'm priming my eyes, and I think I need to get rid of this concealer. I got rid of the eyeshadow palette I used last time. I was discussing it with my fam. I think I've had it for a really long time, and you can tell this is old. This is the Rimmel something. My other thoughts about productivity, or some of my other thoughts, I find like if the task is sort of too big, or I don't feel like I can manage it, I procrastinate a lot more than if it's something like quick and easy. So you may have heard of the expression eat the frog first, which sounds so gross, but it is literally doing like your most daunting task first, getting it over and done with. For me recently, it's actually been doing my home workout. Yesterday I did it before I started work, even though I got up late, because I knew that if I was like said that I would do it later, I just wouldn't get round to it, because I'm not enjoying my workouts at the moment. So I have to kind of force myself to do them, which is not ideal. And the other thing that I don't enjoy doing is applying for more freelancing contracts. So that's something else that I do first, because I don't like it. So it means that then later on I can focus on stuff that I enjoy and or stuff that maybe just is a little bit easier. I wonder, and let me know, is it easier to be productive when you have a boss on the other side of your emails? Like, does that make it easier to be productive? Because like, obviously I have deadlines and time frames, but there's no one saying I have to do it between certain hours, so I'm not in a rush to start sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense. I've actually just had a little Google. It's a very popular topic, being productive, not surprisingly. One of the tips that's come up a couple of times just on the like YouTube screens, like the first how to be productive, is actually making sure your to-do list is reasonable. One of them says cut it in half. Make sure your to-do list isn't overwhelming, is what we're using today. So this is a Kylie palette that I got for Christmas a long time ago. It says it's got a 24-month shelf life, so this will probably be also going in the bin after this, which is really sad. But you can tell I love this colour a lot. This palette I'm using for my mirror, I'm probably not even going to use. I find it quite comfortable to hold randomly. I'm just popping a sort of chocolatey brown colour on the inner part. Then to blend out the edge, I'm going to use this warm orangey colour. I hope it kind of blends it out. It's not doing the best job. I'm going to take the orange all the way out. Then on quite a small brush, this is a Spectrum A12 brush, I'm going to take the darker brown in the palette. In fact, this is the first one I used, which I thought would be quite chocolatey, and it was quite dark. That one's probably very dark. I might mix these two cooler tone ones together. Okay, simple. That wasn't simple, that took me ages actually, but it was okay. I don't think I'm gonna do any shimmer. We're gonna leave it as it is, maybe pop the little pink in the inner corner later, but for now I'm gonna do a tiny bit of eyeliner. I saw a productivity tip on Instagram which basically says to not be a multitasker, be a single tasker. So when you're trying to be more productive, like choose what you're going to work on and just work on that solely. And that makes sense. I always have so much going on, and like again, so much on my to-do list, and I try and tick off a few things at the same time, and I end up, well, not being able to do it for one. And then in some ways I guess getting more stressed and overwhelmed. So definitely single task instead of multitask. I like also just like anything with a little saying like that. I've got a spot here which I don't know if this concealer's going to cover. I think I'm going to add a touch more coverage and a little bit of brightness. So one of the things that I said about like eating the frog first, doing your big jobs first, to make them more, I suppose, digestible. You can actually make a separate to-do list for the big tasks. Like, break it down. It will stop any like procrastinating or faffing if you spend a little bit of time breaking it down first. There's a Google Chrome plugin called Settings, which I will link down below. Momentum dashboard. And what it does when you open a new tab, it has a beautiful photo. Right now it is of Hawaii, and it says 9:15. Good morning, Helen. What is your main focus today? Rise above the storm and you will find the sunshine. Aw, cute. So anyway, I recommend finding something like this, finding something on your computer that makes you go, oh yeah, great. Helps me anyway. I'm setting under my eyes with the Revolution lace powder, and I haven't done this for a while. I'm going to use my sponge. I feel like when you say a sponge, it sounds like it doesn't belong to anyone. Like, it's definitely mine. So yeah, having a good dashboard, like a good working environment on your computer. Like, I hate having loads of files on my desktop. I don't know why. I just think it looks messy. I feel like I have to arrange them into some kind of other files before I start working. They just gotta go. And then I think also it's not easy if you don't have a home office, having like a nice working environment at home is difficult. Like, I have a desk in my bedroom and I'd rather not have to live in my bedroom, I guess. Then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the tiniest amount of this. This is the Nucolour. No. Don't let me do makeup near my computer again. This is not a good idea. Oh, my top is clean on. It's all over it. So what I did is I used the trick for when you get like fallout on your face when you're doing eyeshadow, you brush, like you flick it off by going upwards. Yeah, under the eyes we're going to keep it bright. We're going to go for the orange rather than the browns. Oh, I'm tempted to use my blusher. Oh, I just hit pan. So I'm going to look up into my mirror just to help me get into the lower lash line. I'm going to use just what's left. And then I use a bit too much powder, so I'm going to use my moisture mist. Actually, I'm going to get all the powdering done out of the way. I'm going to do a little bit of the bronzer. I've got a travel that I'm trying to use before I use my big ones. I don't know why, I've just like gone in so hard. Silly. So let's talk about productivity some more. Throw stuff away and declutter, because your physical environment impacts your work, which we all kind of know. Like, it is really hard to work in a messy environment. It's kind of like off-putting and or overwhelming. Yeah, I'm really glad I got up early this morning. I made sure I got up and I sort of organised everything so that my room is ready for the whole day and my office is ready for the whole day. Wow, she's looking pale. So now I'm going to use my favourite bronzing pearls. I love them. And I basically swirl it all the way, like from my temples across the top of my cheek and onto the side of my nose. It's a little bit shimmery, which is good because everything else on my face is too matte. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. And then I'm gonna spray my face a lot. I'm gonna like douse it. From there, I'm gonna comb through my eyebrows again and just check to see whether I mess them up whilst I put on my powder. Another thing that helps me that I said earlier, like I haven't been doing, but when I have exercised, whether it's yoga or a strength workout, yeah, I feel so much more productive, again because it is that mindset of getting things done. When I stayed at my sister's in Lincoln, we went for a walk at lunchtime, and getting out of the house, like changing environments, helped so much. At the moment I am not doing that. I like eat, work, sleep in the same place, so not great. I'm so excited for gyms to open next week. Ash and I were going to join the gym the weekend before lockdown, and he said like, no, don't bother, wait till after. We've not been a member of a gym since February. Since we were in Bali in February. When we got back, because we didn't have a regular income, we decided not to get a gym membership. We thought we'd work out from home or start running, or I have no idea. Those things didn't really happen, obviously, and then we thought, you know what, it'll make us so much more productive to get a gym membership, and then the gym's closed. And yeah, so we're so excited to go to the gym, and I do think getting up to go to the gym like will be easy for me to wake up, and then I'll feel more productive for the rest of the day. I don't feel like you get the same endorphin rush from working out at home. Another thing that you can do for productivity, and I do this I suppose like with my beauty business, is being accountable to other people. So if there's certain daily tasks, I message my team to say, this, I've done this today, like I did my thing, and then we just all do it. It's there if you want to do it for accountability. I'm using the little shimmery shade in this Kylie palette right here. Oh damn, I don't know if you can see it, but it's nice. It's a lot. It's quite icy actually. Right, I'm gonna go and put my mascara on because I definitely can't talk whilst I do that. I've had a thought. I've been curling my lashes, and I was just wondering whether people are finding this second lockdown, whether it's been harder or easier. Like if you've been furloughed, I don't think like the first lockdown it was like there's so much to do, you can learn a language, and it was almost like a pressure to like learn a new skill or a language or something. And from the sounds of it, well, from the accounts I follow on Instagram, that pressure's not been there as much this time, which is really, really good. So obviously there's no pressure to be productive in that kind of like sense. I think as long as you're getting up and looking after yourself and doing something you enjoy every day and trying to keep yourself positive, I think that is a really good version of productivity. But I think it's whatever, I guess, makes you feel like you're doing something good for you or for work. So yeah, if you're working, be professional. If you're not working, look after yourself. I think that's fine. You don't have to upskill all the time. I don't think that made sense, but something like that. every blog post I've seen about productivity basically says what I've already said. It's about mindset, it's about to-do lists, it's about taking breaks, so like the Pomodoro, like working really hard and then taking a moment for yourself, about changing your environment or getting fresh air or getting exercise, and getting the big things done in the morning, getting your big tasks done first. And then the thing that I would add, I suppose, is having a good morning routine, whether it includes exercise or not. But I feel if I get up and then start work straight away, I can get on with work and I can be productive. But if I get up really early, like today, I feel really relaxed and really, like, I suppose almost like more ready to then be productive, because I feel like I've had a morning. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think, yeah, taking time to, I guess, fuel your mind for the day. Like, take time for breakfast, don't have breakfast whilst you're working, and take time for, obviously, me, skincare, love to do that. I don't want to feel rushed doing it, but yeah, I think looking after yourself first means that you can be productive afterwards, whereas just jumping in and being productive works, but not every day. You'll end up, I guess, feeling highly strung or overwhelmed because you're not taking any time for yourself. Yeah, I don't know, what are some of your tips for productivity? What did I miss? Let's do some lower lash mascara. All my power lips are in here. These don't necessarily go, but I don't have any lip liner. I'm going to use Determined, which I don't use that often. And it's kind of pinky, it'll warm up this whole vibe. And then I'll pop a brown lip liner around it afterwards. Hopefully it will look good. I don't think the lip liner goes necessarily, but here we are. Do I need to put another layer of mascara on? Probably not. So that's everything. Let me know if you like the style of this video, doing my makeup whilst talking about something useful, and if you have any more productivity ideas, leave them down below, because I obviously need a little bit of help. Not today though, we got up and we got productive. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one, and until then, stay happy and healthy.